last call light flickers on the bottles, bartenders wiping rings from a tired old day. I stir this drink like it might tell my fortune, but the ice just clinks, then fades away. Came here young with a suitcase voice, straight line words, and a backbone spine. Now every sentence has a sideways entrance, every promise got a dotted line. Neon taught me how to talk, corruption in every consonant, rewriting myself one shadow at a time. I traded a clear, clean name for a crooked kind of confidence. Reinvention tastes like rust on a borrowed rhyme, and I can't find my real voice anywhere inside this mouth of mine. Used to shake hands like it meant you something. Now it's grip, grin, measure what they'll pay. Stories slip out with the numbers hidden. I can sell the sun and swear it's shade. She asked once, did you always sound this guarded? I laughed too loud, then I changed the theme. Truth feels strange, like a language forgotten. I hear my old self only in dreams. Neon taught me how to talk, corruption in every consonant, every fresh start built on what I've thrown away, reinvented down to the way my jaw moves, every word rehearsed to keep the wolves at bay. And I can't hear that honest man through this smoke between what I do and say. Somewhere under this gravel there was water in my throat, straight from the well, cold and plain. How it steals lies, half true lullabies. I bite my tongue and it still leaves a stain. Neon taught me how to talk, corruption in every consonant, reinvention etched like scars on the back of my teeth. If I whispered something simple, would I even recognize? It'll spit it out like glass caught underneath. 'Cause I can't remember how sincerity once sounded when it rose up raw and easy out of me. pocket full of angry prayers. Told the barkeep leave the bottle, he just nodded, wiped a chair. Coat on the back of this same old stool, name carved deep in the wood. Thought I'd drown a single memory, but it swam better than I ever could. Same glass, same ghost, same song on that crooked jukebox. I keep losing what I never really had, and there's refuge that turned to a cell. Addicted to the hate, to the drag, to the hell. Chose the wrong sanctuary. Now the door's only open one way, and I stay. I stay. Outside, tires hiss on rain. Morning trains cut through the dark. Folks trade keys, trade rings, trade names. I trade my pulse for this bar. Calendar curls on a rusted nail. Years blurred in the bottom of a drink. Whole world turning out those windows while I freeze right here at the brink. Same glass, same ghost, same joke, same tired small talk. I keep nursing what I ought to let die. Every swallow is a promise I break. Feeding on the hurt like it's all I can take. Chose the wrong sanctuary. Built a home in the heart of despair. And I swear, sharper than the rye. Saw my face in that big mirror. Couldn't need my own damn eyes. If I walked out into that city, would it even know my name? Or am I just a shadow in this corner, keeping company with shame? Same glass, same ghost, same man in a 20-year stare. I keep praying to the God of staying stuck, pouring worship on a worn-out scar, turning every little bruise into a star. Chose the wrong sanctuary, made a shrine of the worst of me. Now it's late, way too late. Bartender stacks the upside down chairs, sweeps my story off the floor, says, "You alright?" and I just shrug, watch him lock that swinging door. Lights go out but I don't move, just a shade that never ended, still sitting in this rented tomb. Rain on the window, ice in my glass, blue glow on the bottle, shadows in the cracks. That night in the kitchen, you shaking in the door, one envelope trembling, then crumbled on the floor. Lost letters in the blue bar, like words I buried just to feel like I was right. Unread love, unanswered prayer. I threw my mercy in the midnight air. Now every drink just tastes like doubt. I'll never know what that page held out. Lost letters and a goodbye I never heard. I lit up my anger like a cheap cigar, tore into the paper, didn't get too far. Saw your name, saw always, thought I knew the rest. One flick of my wrist, ashes on my chest. Truth I never heard. Baby, you wrote, I'm sorry. Baby, you wrote, I'm done. Maybe you circled forever, then underlined run. I drink to the maybes, I toast to the ghosts. The line I never finished hurts the most. Oh, lost letters in the blue bar, like words I buried Glasses clink behind my back. TV laughs in the corner. I just stare at my reflection in the glass. Ash in the ashtray, coaster rain, old beer stain every year in my wallet. Looks like someone else's name. I was never really here, just a coat on a chair, just a ghost in the mirror, eyes already somewhere. I shook hands, I played along, I signed days like a receipt. I was never really here, just two shoes on a stranger's feet. Suit on a hanger, still holding yesterday's sweat. Half-frame family photos, people I barely ever met. I learned all the small talk, but I skipped learning how to stay. Packed up every apology, left it on the interstate. I was never really here, just a coat on a chair, just a ghost in the mirror, eyes already somewhere. I wore names I didn't trust, tried on faces I could leave. I was never really here, just two shoes on a stranger's feet. How do you come home to a house you never lived in? How do you keep a heart you kept on short-term renting? That I made had one hand on the door. Every woman that I held was half shadow, half war. I was never really here, just a coat on a chair, just a ghost in the mirror, eyes already somewhere. Now the rain makes it all too clear. Rain on the window, jukebox humming something slow. I raise a glass to the man I never bothered to know. Rain on the window, streets running cheap red wine. TV above the bar, mouthing some worn out headline. My coat on the back of this chair, like it's the one that carried me here. Nobody asked where I've been. They know I vanish again. I was never really here, just a name in the doorway, shadow in a frame. I kept moving through my story, but I never took my place. Ghost in my own mirror. All these miles, all these years, and I never really healed. Passport full of soft stamps, keys to apartments I can't recall, birthdays I watched from a distance, burn out in someone else's hall, faces I halfway adore, slip through my fingers like smoke. Every time it started to matter, left before I spoke. I was never really here, just a name in the doorway, shadow in a frame. I kept moving through my story, but I never took my place, just a ghost in my own mirror. And I never really healed. What kind of man leaves his own body behind, sits in the stands while his days cross the line outside? The city is drowning, every color washed clear. Inside I'm finally asking, who'd I be if I appeared? Oh, I was never really here, just a name in the doorway, shadow in a frame. I kept moving through my story, but I never took my place, just a ghost in my own mirror. If arriving means staying, then I never reached the pier. All these miles, all these years, and I never really healed. Rain slows to a whisper, neon runs dry on the glass. I paid for a drink on warm and stay seated till the moment almost passes. last call died an hour ago. Just ice in the barkeep side. Rain keeps tracing crooked roads on this tired neon glass. Jukebox breathing some old hymn, half a love song, half a dare. I can taste her name in whiskey, but she's nowhere in the air. I bought a ring, let it rust in a drawer with my doubt and dust. Too unsure, too proud to say, stay with me, stay. It wasn't her walking out that broke me. It's the words I never spoke that haunt me. Fear turned love into a ghost I can't ignore, and the chance is gone like that ring in the drawer. Used to sit right where I'm sitting, boots up on that broken rail, laughing at the thought of always calling forever, a fragile tale. I kept waiting for a perfect moment, like the sky would spell it out. She kept waiting for a simple promise. Got tired of my quiet doubt. I bought a ring and let it rust in a drawer with my doubt and dust. Too unsure, too proud to say, stay with me, stay. It wasn't her walking out that broke me. It's the words I never spoke that haunt me. Fear turned love into a ghost I can't ignore, and the chance is gone like that ring in the drawer. Funny what the heart can live through. Isn't no, it's never tried. It's the empty seat beside you on a long, unfinished night. I bought a ring and let it rust in a drawer with my doubt and dust. Too afraid of always to say, stay with me, stay. It wasn't losing her that really killed me. It's the silence that I wrapped around me. Fear turned love into a ghost I can't restore. Now the night moves on, and that ring stays in the drawer. Key on a ring in a paper cup. Junk drawer goes, all dust and rust. Rain taps time on the window frame as a realtor sign leans in the mud outside. Found a shoebox taped in the attic eaves. Old letters folded like fallen leaves. A photograph curled at the brittle lip. Everyone smiling, everyone gone. These letters waited in the dark for me, in a house I'd already left behind. Every word a door I locked from the inside. Family faces pressed between the pages. All the truths I only learned from loss, talking to me. Too late to talk back. You wrote, son, I'm proud, in a shaky hand, stained with coffee, dated 95. I was out there chasing some better man. Didn't see you shrinking in that chair. Ticket stubs, a plastic ring from a county fair, a birthday card I never sent, your brother's joke scribbled in the margins, every scribble saying, call me when you can. Oh, these letters waited in the dark for me, in a house I'd already left behind. Every word a door I locked from the inside. Family faces pressed between the pages. All the truths I only learned from long, talking to me. Too late to talk back. Rain on glass like someone knocking, but it's only weather in my own heart talking. I kept running town to town to town. Turns out memory just sat down. Pulled a chair up in the corner, kept my place, kept my place. These letters waited in the dark for me, while I turned my back on where I'm from. Every word a softer voice I tried to outrun. Family faces pressed between the pages. Every line a light in rooms gone black, telling me things I can't tell you back. I fold them slow, slide them in my coat, walk past the gate, past the soul signpost. Rain on my shoulders, night on my tongue, carrying a house that isn't there anymore. Clock on the wall, chewed up nails, burned coffee. He signed up for doubles till the years turned foggy. Every overtime mile on that two-lane black vein, he was hauling his luggage, but he was running his pain. I've been working like a sinner doing time. Thought the grind might save me from my mind. Build a fortress out of pay stubs and fatigue. All that labor, just escaping good fatigue. Now I'm broke in the places that money never sees. He learned every back road, every motel lights machine hum. Never learned how to answer when somebody asks where he's from. Kept his hands on the wheel, kept his eyes in the rain. 'Cause if he ever looked inward, he might say her name. I've been working like a sinner doing time. Thought the grind might save me from my mind. Built a fortress out of pay stubs and fatigue. All that labor, just escaping good fatigue. Now I'm broke in the places that money never sees. Now there's rain on the window, soft talk, warm wood, bartender wiping down as if she understood. He stares at the ring bar where a glass used to be. Says I gave all my hours so they wouldn't take me. I've been working like a sinner doing time. Thought the grind might save me from my mind. Built a fortress out of pay stubs and fatigue. All that labor was just escaping good fatigue. Yeah, I'm rich in these calluses and bankrupt where I bleed. Rain keeps tapping the glass, neon hums out of tune. He folds up his schedule, whispers, I'm out of room. Came here carrying one small suitcase and a voice that didn't shake when it spoke. Used to tell the truth like it was easy, like I didn't know you could choke on hope. Bartenders got my name on a napkin, tabs longer than the stories I sell. I pour my past in a short glass, trade pieces of myself for a little more hell. Neon taught me my name, turned my promise into small talk. I cut my soul in a spare chain just to stay on this dead-end block. I used to bleed in a clean key. Every word's been out of tune. Got rich in lies when broken dreams, and I can't find my real voice in this room. I learned the language of favors, handshake hymns and backdoor grace, half-truths tucked in a crooked grin, contracts written right across my face. I kiss the air when I'm talking, tell them anything they wanna hear, yeah. But when the jukebox falls to a whisper, I don't trust the sound in my own ears. Neon taught me my name, turned my promise into small talk. I carved my soul into spare change just to stay on this dead-end block. I used to bleed in a clean key. Every word's been out of tune. Got rich in lies when broken dreams, and I can't find my real voice in this room. Last calls ringing like a warning, stools stand up like empty pews. I try to speak like I did back then, my mouth moves, but the sound won't come through. Oh no, if the kid I was walked in here, you'd hear me talk and turn away, 'cause I learned to live by losing him, one bargain, one drink, one day. Neon told me my name, turned my promise into small talk. I carved my soul into spare change just to stay on this dead-end block. I used to bleed in a clean key. Now every word's been out of tune. Got rich in lies when broken dreams, and I can't find my real voice in this room. Raise a glass, good version of the man I swore I'd be. Under flickering light and cigarette breath, I talk in deals, 'cause the truth sounds strange to me. Half a glass of something warm, rain taps time on the window. The corner table in my mind, you were smiling at a story I don't know. You reached across my scattered bills, asked if I was eating, sleeping. I'd check my phone, I'd check my watch, said I'll call you back this weekend. Mother, Your empty chair is brighter than the neon light. I would trade every big proud wasted plan for one slow coffee in your hands. All those little moments I let pass me by turned into churches in my mind. The sacred ordinary that I can't restore is louder than the band, and it cuts me to the core. Last time that your laughter shook the cheap spoons on my table, I was halfway out the door, chasing something vague and fatal. You asked me how my heart had been. I answered with my calendar. Never knew that quiet Tuesday was the last time I would hear your laughter. Mother, can you hear me in this bar tonight? Your empty chair is brighter than the neon light. I would trade every big proud wasted plan for one slow coffee in your hands. All these little moments I let pass me by turned into churches in my mind. The sacred ordinary that I can't restore is louder than the band, and it cuts me to the core. Every late night silence roars like your name. Every clink of ice, another weight of shame. I see your hands in the steam over chipped white porcelain. I blink and lose you again in the spaces I never honored them. Mother, can you hear me in this bar tonight? Your empty chair is brighter than the neon light. I would trade every big proud wasted plan for one slow coffee in your hands. All those little moments I let pass me by turned into churches in my mind. The sacred ordinary that I can't restore is louder than the band, and it cuts me to the core. Clocked in early, stay so late. Wore my name down on the metal gate. Every mile marker, another thing I dodge. Kept my hands busy, so my heart stayed clogged. Took every graveyard, every call out drive. Swore I love the hustle just to feel alive. face, left your picture folded like a crime in a case. I've been working overtime for nothing, punching in to keep from breaking down. Every long shift just to outrun something. Now the truth's the only boss in town. All that sweat I used for hiding turned my soul into a rusted crown, yeah. I've been working overtime for nothing, and I'm broke where it counts. Now it's rain on the window, neon on the floor. This quiet little bar I never noticed before. Whiskey in a glass shakes in my hand as the silence does the talking, like a foreman on the stand. I built these walls with overtime, brick by aching brick. Thought I'd earn a little mercy, but the hours came up trick. There's a ring you left in my drawer, there's a voice I never called. I got rich in every ledger till I saw my heart in default. I've been working overtime for nothing, punching in to keep from breaking down. Every long shift just to outrun something. Now the truth's the only boss in town. All that sweat I used for hiding turned my soul into a rusted crown, yeah. I've been working overtime for nothing, and I'm broke where it counts. Rain taps Morse code on the window, cheap neon buzz, one eye open. Last man tending his poison, stools got my shape worn in. Jukebox sighs out some old promise, half a melody, half a ghost. Thumb on this glass, ring of whiskey, thinking about a ring I never showed. moment turned to rust in the drawer. I was scared she'd walk away, so I let her slip anyway. Love delayed don't live here anymore. Fear's the only hand I have. Now the chance is gone for sure. In the rain, never left the drawer. Her laugh still clings to this jacket, like smoke that don't wanna leave. I rehearsed 1,000 proposals to the cracks in my ceiling, to the screen, too proud to show her my trembling, too sure I'd run out of words, too afraid of that quiet after. If she said yes, if she said first, I was afraid of forever, so I waited for never. Let the moment turn to rust in the drawer. I was scared she'd walk away, so I let her slip anyway. Love delayed don't live here anymore. Fear's the only hand I have. Now the chance is gone for sure. And the rain never left the drawer. Key still sticks in my front door. Same old hallway, same old floor. Little box buried in the back room dust. Velvet stuck to a silver bed, time corroding what I never had. It ain't rejection that keeps me up, it's the silence, it's the waiting, it's the way I never stood up. I was afraid of forever, so I waited for never. Let the moment turn to rust in the drawer. I was scared she'd walk away, so I let her slip anyway. Love delayed don't live here anymore. Fear's the only hand I have. Now the dawn's a closing door, and the rain never left the drawer. Rain washes gray into daylight. Bartender flips the chairs, kills the glow. I toss a bill, leave my shadow, walk out slow.